Welcome back, tribe. Have one here from Chad Foster Explores. He says, don't waste your time looking for girls in the Philippines. 5 things to know before you go. Here we go.
What's up, guys? So about 4 years ago was the first time that I opened up a Philippines dating app and I dipped my toes in to check it out. And I knew right away that if I continued down that path, that things were going to be completely different than anything that I'm used to in terms of dating and relationships in the West. And if you guys have started the process and you've dipped your toes in and you're doing online dating, or if you're in the Philippines or if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a completely different world. It's like it's on steroids. There's really high highs, there's really low lows, and everything in between. And there's a lot of things to figure out. There's a lot of pitfalls, but there's a lot of potential for amazing relationships and dating opportunities too, like better than anything that you've experienced back home in most people's eyes. So in this video, guys, I've got 5 things that I'm going to go over. 5 of many more. I'm going to make a bunch of videos breaking down these things that I've learned myself through my own experiences. Let's get to the video. Guys, I'm going to play some footage of the Philippines so you can look at that instead of my mug for the whole time. Let's get into it. Number 1, here we go. Now, you would think this is just common sense and what guy would ever go down this path, but unfortunately, it happens often. It happens time and time again, and that is giving your money away to girls that are asking for it and that are planting seeds of hardship. That is the first red flag that you'll probably encounter when you are meeting Filipinas. They're not all going to do that, and that is the whole point of me mentioning this. Those that do, and it happens often, avoid it. 99% of the time, if a girl asks you for money, or if they plant that hardship to you, basically stating their struggles financially, someone's in the hospital, they can't afford the medication.
That looks rough as fuck.
They can't afford.
That looks rough as fuck, bro. I would not. Personally, I can't. I need more infrastructure than this. Don't care how cheap it is. And from what I've heard, Thailand's cheaper with way better infrastructure. Apparently, the Philippines, kind of a combination of not as cheap as it should be for the bad infrastructure. I don't know what street this is. I'm not saying the whole country's like this, but nah, bro. Nah, I'm good on that.
Afford enough food, they're hungry, anything like that. When they're coming at you with that, when you're in the process of getting to know them, or even further along when you're dating them, beware and honestly go the other direction. That is the first red flag that is worthy of you changing course and looking for somebody else. Because in all likelihood, that is their whole intention with meeting someone. It is for financial gain. It is to help them out financially. It's to help their family out financially. And often that just leads to trouble. It leads to disappointment. It leads to heartache. And I'm not saying there's not times to help out. What I'm saying is when they're coming at you for money and when they're trying to make you feel bad in order for you to give them money, that is the red flag that you should avoid. If you're getting to know someone and you find out that they're struggling and you want to offer some...
What's funny is most guys know to look for this, but their principles disintegrate the moment their pee-pee gets wet. Once she spreads your legs and sucks you off, guys absolutely turn into straight morons. Especially a guy who's never had women or very, very little experience. He could be the most red-pilled, watching all these channels. I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen. I literally, guys that message me, like send me long-ass fucking novella-length emails telling me about how I've been watching you for years and the Philippines is a scam. I went and I fell in love. I vetted her online. Like the dude was in the U.S. the whole time. Online dates a Filipina, goes all the way to meet her there in the province or wherever the fuck she lives, and then gets absolutely fleeced. Like 6 months later, he's like out of money and she's gone out of his life. And he's like, hey, my God, it's the worst decision ever. Are you fucking stupid? What did you expect? Bro, complete IQ drop to negative 9,000 the moment her legs spread. Guys are dumb as shit. That's why they lose most of their stuff. It's so pathetic, dude. Listen, we all been there. We all simped. Get your simping out when you're in like fucking middle school or high school or something. Get your heart broken early and guard your shit. Guard your assets, guard your brain, and guard your heart after that. You should know better. How the fuck are you going to be like 35, 40 going to the Philippines and getting absolutely played by some province girl?
Help. By all means, do that. I'm not saying don't, and I'm not saying that's going to lead to a bad relationship, but you do have to be careful with that too if you're leading with your wallet, because you can start to set expectations, you can start to set dependency and things like that. Be careful with that whole realm of things. And I know this seems like common sense, but I'm telling you guys, common sense is not always common, especially when it comes to this kind of thing. It happens all the time. I just heard another story a guy emailed me about that he went through
a lot of
with starting out meeting someone becoming head over heels for her, getting excited about the potential. And then it all started, the hardship, and he started helping her out. And that led to more requests for more money, and it became a bigger thing. And his thing was that she verified that she really did need the help. So I want to get that point across. It's not that these girls don't need the help. It's not that they're not poor. It's nothing to do with that. It's when the relationship dynamic is based around this sort of support, that's when 99.9% of the time, it's not going to end well, because it's just going to become more and more need. And the focus is around getting help from you as a foreigner. And if that's what the relationship is based on, not about.
Imagine going overseas to be treated as another walking wallet again, like the women in the West were treating you. Imagine, bro, now you're like big dick baller over here in the Philippines because you got 40, 50,000 a year salary. So you go over there to splurge some money and act like a big shot with your girlfriend, taking care of her, buying her dollar dresses and shit, only to get fucked out of all your money because you're such a toad and you don't know any better. Unbelievable, dude. Don't lead with your wallet. Don't lead with your wallet. Goes to the Philippines and Thailand, proceeds to lead with their wallet. Can't help some people.
About you as a person in the relationship itself, I hope you can see why this is not going to end well. Whether or not she bails out early on and she doesn't even become your girlfriend, or if you continue on with her and you get married to someone like that, that is where it can become a really big nightmare way down the road when she has literally everything she wants, the financial and now the marriage and let's say the citizenship in a different country. These things happen way more often than you think, guys. I needed to mention it. With the guy that emailed me, it didn't even turn into a relationship. He was supporting her quite a bit long distance with the plan of meeting her and things really rolling when he got to the Philippines. And by the time he got there, she was not around. So she was just doing an online scheme to get money. That was all it was. All right. Number 2, my experience since starting this whole thing and meeting girls online and chatting with them and getting to know them and even, dating in person is it seems like lying is so common in the Philippines. I know people lie everywhere. And I'm not trying to say that Filipinas are the only ones that lie. That's not what I'm getting at. But there seems to be this trend with lying about certain things. And it's related to feeling maybe a little more desperate or a little more urgency to find someone to help them have a better life, to get them out of a situation that they're not happy with. And therefore, they don't want to scare anyone away. So they want to paint the perfect picture, or they want to avoid saying certain things. And a lot of times it's little sneaky lies, right? Like they'll tell you they live in Cebu City or Manila, but really they live in some other island far away. But their profile will say Cebu City. And until you really find that stuff out, you might be misled a little bit. And that's a little sneaky thing, right? I'm not saying that's the word.
That ain't a sneaky. That's not a little sneaky thing. That's her angling for a rich person. Because where do you think all the foreigners go? Places like Cebu and all those other tourist trap areas. This was a premeditated move to pretend she's in the area that you're staying in and hook you, hopefully, before the lie is fully revealed. And once that clam spreads open, all the guy's brain cells turn off completely. And he gets absolutely used up, dude. Left to be a dry husk. Passport bros is bullshit. Women overseas are all the same. This guy got literally played in every single country on earth because you're leading with your wallet. Of course, women are going to take advantage of you. You have no self-respect. You have no boundaries. That's like a guy, or I should say a girl, complaining that so many men are sleeping with her and never saying no, that she opens her legs. Duh. Every guy's going to take advantage if you make it easy. Stupid. Fuck. All men are the same. That's not a good argument.
Worst lie ever. But these are things that you have to know ahead of time that can save you some time and some hassle, right? If you only want to meet someone within a certain range because you don't want to travel too far or whatever, then you're going to want to ask right away where they really are located, because that's just a super, super common thing. Is
Man,
lying
this
about
place
their
looks
location.
like a dump.
A lot of times they will hide information from you about having kids and things like that,
Jesus.
or being married and separated versus single, like they're actually married, but they don't want to tell you that because that's a huge, well, it's a taboo thing. And they know that a lot of guys won't even consider a girl that's separated, that's legally married. Having kids, that's a very common thing. They'll hide that information from you.
Wow.
These are things that you have to have good judgment. You have to ask the right questions. You have to really get to know someone and not ignore red flags or things that seem suspicious, right? Like dig a little deeper if things feel a little bit odd. Unfortunately, sometimes, or maybe even a lot of the times, there are bigger lies too. And that that can be scary. And a lot of times, they're so good at it and you won't know until down the road. I've told stories on this channel before about a guy that I've met and got to know that he was dating a girl for over a year and it got very serious. And they were talking about kids and marriage and her moving to the US, and finds out like a year and a half later that she actually had kids. And their whole talk was that she didn't have kids and they were going to start a family. And at the end, she kind of broke out and told him all this stuff and basically said, I was afraid to tell you because I knew you wouldn't want to be with me and yada, yada. And, he was kind of confused and felt like her intentions were good, but because she really just wanted the relationship. But what a terrible way to start something and hang on to a lie like that. Be careful with lies. Be careful with that. It's all part of your process of getting to know someone and not ignoring red flags. Do not ignore red flags. Do not ignore your intuition, and just be cautious with that. It should feel right. It should feel good. You shouldn't have a bunch of doubts. And guys often get distracted by their good looks and their cuteness and the attention. That's part of the problem with going to the Philippines is guys aren't used to that. Guys aren't used to, having someone that younger, attractive, whatever, interested in them. So they let the red flags go. Simping. And they maybe ignore the lies or whatever. So honesty is key in any relationship. That's the same for the Philippines. Couples that I've met that are really successful and happy, it's a super open and honest relationship. That is key. All right, moving on. Number 3. Speaking of cute Filipinas, most guys, by far, high percentage of guys come to the Philippines to meet a Filipina, not just because they want a more traditional girl or they want someone that's sweet or caring or whatever. Yeah, that's part of it. But most guys come because they think they can meet a girl who is much cuter, younger, more attractive girl than what they can get back home. This is a big draw. They're thinking, well, in the US, the only girls that'll date me are 5s. But in the Philippines, I think I can get an 8. This is common. I'm guilty. Everyone's guilty. Just admit it. You're going there.
That number's a little high. Let's just say in the US, you get a 2. And in the Philippines, you'll get a 5. You're not getting an 8 Filipina unless you're one of the top percentile passport bros and you got your shit together and you look good. Make no mistake. You're most likely getting probably a real average 5. But in the US, an average 5 Filipina is much better than the 2 or 3. We're talking like obese. We're talking like bull rings, tattoos everywhere, single mothers, all that shit. So you get a, girl next door kind of average looking Filipina chick that's slender and very feminine. That's a huge upgrade. But let's not call it, it ain't no 8, bro. 8 is like universally accepted as damn, she is hot.
There because you can get a cuter, younger girl. I mean, it's just, you see it everywhere. It's older guys dating younger girls. Could be older, chubbier, balding guys dating a younger, cuter girl. And you don't see that commonly in the US or Canada or any Western country unless you're a rock star or a movie star, right? So that's kind of the whole thing. Like a foreigner goes to the Philippines with that mindset that they're kind of like a rock star, not full on, but a little bit. And therefore, I'm going to have more opportunities. And that's just the truth. You're going with higher status. You're going with these opportunities because of your money goes further, whatever. We all know this. But what I wanted to bring this point up for is with that mindset, with the mindset of chasing cuter, younger girls can often lead to disappointment, trouble, dating girls that you're not that compatible with, dating girls that are not that, genuine, that you're not on the same page with, but you're with a younger, cuter girl, right? So you can be distracted with this. You can waste time going for that part too much. And most guys do this, at least at the beginning, at least early on, because it's this new, exciting thing. It's that, oh, I'm a rock star here. I want to enjoy this a little bit. So be careful of that. Stay true to what you're really looking for. I'm not saying don't be drawn to cute girls, but don't let it get in the way and distract you, because this relates to the other things. It relates to the lying. It relates to the stuff that I mentioned before with the money, because we are dum-dums. Guys are dum-dums a lot of the time, and we have these caveman brains a lot of the time, and we can kind of go down these paths, even if we know what we're doing is not really right or not good for us. We still do it because the cuteness is dangled in front of us. That
because you're horny,
amazing.
You're a horny simp, bro. It's not the cuteness that's dangling; it's the clam that's spread. And you're a simp, dude. Brain turns off. starts drooling on himself. Simps are meant to be taken for everything they have. Do not feel bad for them.
Amazing body, whatever it is, and it completely warps our thinking. So be careful of that. Be really aware of that. And just know that there are great girls that are still cute that you just have to be patient for, and make sure you're with them for all the other reasons too. Make sure it's someone that really likes you, that really cares for you, and you're going to get so much more out of it. There's cute girls that are good girls. There's cute girls that are bad girls. There's more of the bad girls, for a lack of a better term, that maybe don't have genuine intentions, that are going to be right there waving at you. They're all over the dating apps everywhere. And those are the girls that often get these guys to start paying attention to them. And the good girls that are cute are a little harder to find and take a little more work. But if you really want a cute girl, you just have to be more patient. Just make sure that you're connecting for genuine reasons. And if you're a good, honest, caring, genuine guy, a lot of these cute Filipinas, that's what they're looking for. Like the good ones, that's what they care about. Like they want a good guy that they feel safe with, that they feel, has the potential to be a good, healthy, long-term relationship. I think I made my point. Just try not to be a dum-dum too often, or not at all if you can avoid it. Okay, number 4. I'm going to lay this out there, and I'd love to know everyone's thoughts on this. And if there are Filipinos watching this video, I'd love to know your thought, because I made a video about this from an experience a long time ago when I went to the province to meet a Filipina that I had been chatting with for only a few days, like 5 days or something like that. And I was already in the Philippines and decided to go and meet her. And everything just escalated so quickly, from the family was there to meet and greet, with the thinking that it was a serious relationship. And she said, "I love you," within a couple of hours. And none of this was really talked about before me coming there. And I heard mixed things in the comment section, from guys saying, "Yeah, that was, too much too soon." And Filipinos saying, "Well, that's Filipino culture and you should have gone to meet her." Well, this is the thing that is tricky, right? Most Western guys want to spend time with someone in person. We call it dating, right? Like back home, we'll date, we'll get to know someone, and it might evolve into a more serious relationship. Well, in the province, there's not really a thing called dating. Like there's courting, which is sort of a traditional thing that's still there, but I think it's not as common as it used to be. But dating is not much of a thing. So if you are spending time with someone and you are becoming more exclusive with, you're chatting with each other and you're talking of going out there, in your mind, you're getting to know them and you want to go meet them. But in their mind, things are evolving much quicker, and they could be thinking much more way down the road. It's a relationship. They're thinking kids, they're thinking marriage, they're maybe feeling like they're falling in love. And, if the family's involved and if you're meeting the family, there's so much more at stake.
This place is rough. Bro, this place is rough as fuck where he's at. There's no way I would have left the United States if this is what was awaiting me. I'd be going to Bangkok. Why not? Why not, dude? Why do you trade in so much infrastructure? I guess if you're on a pension, cool. And you're making $600 a month and you got to live here, bro, to survive, because you'll literally starve to death slowly in America. Your pension's not enough. Okay, I understand, but this is a massive step down in quality of life. Come on, bro. Seriously? But if you did well financially and you're making, say, $2,000 to $4,000 or $5,000 a month, yeah, you can do fine in America. But if you don't own your home or your car, you're stretched thin and inflation's eating at your income. Why not go to these places and get a 5x quality of life increase? Because instead of having a very mediocre life in America, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month coming in passively makes you live like a king in these places. None of this shit. You're living in one of those beautiful looking high rises with the infinity pools and all the amenities and all that shit. You're not trading anything in, you're upgrading. But for the guys that are going overseas just purely on the cheap shit, be a lot more real and show this stuff, because this is what I want to see. Bro, look at the fucking power lines here. Holy shit.
You go there and you realize after meeting in person, it's much different than you thought it was going to be. It can be kind of disastrous if you tell her that. If you want to move on and you want to go in a different direction, it can be devastating, right? So this is something that just be aware of. Obviously, being upfront, forthcoming, being honest about your intentions, about how you feel about this. But a lot of guys aren't really aware, and they just get caught up in meeting someone and chatting with them. They're not thinking about what I'm saying right now and how important it is to be upfront about it. And also, a lot of guys don't want to scare a Filipina off. If you're chatting with a a really cute or sweet or nice girl, you don't want to say too much that sounds like you're unsure, because you don't want her to lose interest in you. And then when you go
Holy
there,
shit.
that's when guys will decide, okay, is this going to be a good fit for me? So it's like two people at two different stages along the way with some cultural differences. And this could be like a series of videos in itself. And I don't know the best way to approach it other than being honest.
Is that the province life, bro? Like, imagine rolling up to this and you're meeting the family, bro, and they live in these little sheet metal huts. Golly, is this the extreme? Is this what it takes? Is this what they mean when you find yourself a traditional province girl? Oh my God, dude. Okay.
Front and being aware of, these kind of differences, dealing with province Filipinos. But it is a big thing. And I think a lot of guys run into this kind of stuff. And if you've had to end something with a Filipina, you know what I'm talking about as far as how bad it can be and how hard it can be and how devastating it can be. Now, a lot of that is because you probably broke her heart, but a lot of that is also, there's high hopes to have a foreigner boyfriend. And this is where there's like this gray area where it's not.
Nah, bro, I'm good in Eastern Europe. I may visit Thailand one day because it looks so fucking fun and cool, and they have beautiful islands and stuff, and much more advanced. But this is on some other next level shit. Like, this would be vacation only, passing through, one experience, done. There's no fucking way I would live here, and I would never go into the province to get what, dude? Whatever. Look, for the guys that are doing this and are happy and shit's working, I'm happy for you. Good. You deserve some happiness in your life. For the dudes that go to these places and get played somehow by their version of country chicks, literally out in this is the countryside. If you get finessed by one of these chicks in a sheet metal house, bro, you deserve to lose everything. Holy shit. There's no excuse. It's not like you met some like devious city girl, like a bar girl in Bangkok. Like some of the guys go to Thailand and get absolutely played by the bar girls. They're like straight professional. They know how to talk all those sweet nothings in your ear and play you like a fiddle professionally. They got like 4 or 5 passport bros just under their thumb, just living the high life. But you get one of these chicks and she sucks you dry for money, dude. What is wrong with you? I don't know. Fuck, man, this is way too goddamn rough. I'm gonna play this on mute just so I could see this shit. What the fuck, bro? I could not imagine living here, dude. You work so hard in the United States to make your money, and you messed up financially to the point where you gotta live in the province here? Nah, bro. Nah. Ain't no fucking way, guys. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. I don't even remember Romania looking like this when I was a kid. Post-communism, economy straight up freaking collapsed. It was an economic black hole. People were just killing themselves just to leave the country, risking imprisonment. And it didn't look like this in the 90s when I was a kid. Back when they had fucking rations and shit. And oh my God. Nah, I'll stick to the tourist there. See, this is the beautiful part. This is what I would come for. I just have a little towel right there on the beach and I'm golden, bro. This is it. This is it. Look at this. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we go here for. Now, if you are at some hotel or a resort and this is what you see and this is what you could afford year round because you did your job in the U.S., congratulations, bro. Here's a slice of paradise. Look how clear that water. Beautiful. Look, there's the little resort and cabanas and shit. Palm trees everywhere. The view, incredible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this. You could jump off these rocks here, do some cliff diving, but he's sick as fuck. That's great. You will not catch me dead in the province. I just want to hear the stories from the guys that are in the province right now living like a financially humble life and all the amenities they had to give up. What are you guys paying a month? And how do you feel about the quality reductions in life that you made? I don't know, dude. Look at this. Now, this is beautiful. This is paradise to me. You see this? Best believe. See, I'll visit and go here. That's where I would be living 24/7. Just like some of the videos the other dudes were showing where they got the houses right up on the beach. It didn't really cost them much. This is paradise to me. Wow, dude. Incredible. The rest of that, though, looked like a fucking nightmare. Someone said, if she is young, no real job, and has her face in a phone all day long, then you got problems. North American women, I need money. Asian women, me and my entire family need money. Your money can get you further in the Philippines than here, but you still need money. And this is all you need to know. The best way to meet a Filipina is get off all dating apps and www sites and come to the Philippines. Most people on dating apps and sites are scammers. You might meet your Nigerian prince. Yeah. Let me know, guys. Thoughts on your experiences in the question I asked below. If you want to see what Romania looks like when I walk around, I post it on the second channel when I do some of the walk and talk. It's gotten a bit cold lately and it's raining, so I haven't done as many as I should be. But check it out. Subscribe to the second channel. Join us on some calls in the private community. We'd love to have you. The conversations have been interesting, to say the least. And guard your wallet. Don't simp. And take care of yourselves. You worked hard for your money. Do not separate it for a young little clam. Take care, everybody.